BBC World News. Now, the United Nations Secretary General has called for massive investments to help Pakistan recover last year's devastating floods. Addressing a conference in Geneva to raise funds for Pakistan, Antonio Guterres said the country was doubly victimised by climate change and a morally bankrupt global financial system. 2 million homes were destroyed in last year's floods. The Pakistani Prime Minister told the meeting that total losses from floods amounts to more than $30 billion. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, Pakistan's foreign minister, currently has been talking funding needed to rebuild the country.
So far, our conference for a resilient Pakistan has got off to a good start. We've gone through about a third of our speakers at the conference, and so far we've reached, I think it's a little bit above $6 billion. But we've got the rest of the day to look forward to as well. Obviously, the total figure that we're looking for in the longer term is $16 billion. But even getting half that at what we see is the start of this. We're sort of launching this initiative here, where we'll be taking our initiative, our programs across to various different countries, to engage with the governments and the private sectors to continue to build upon the momentum that we managed to achieve today.
Obviously, a lot of innocent, vulnerable people have been very badly affected in those floods, as we've all been covering. But, you know, people might ask, is Pakistan a reliable country that taxpayers in the West should actually give their money to? I mean, Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister, has said there's been a dangerous rise in militancy. There's been allegations of widespread corruption in Pakistan. How can anyone know that the money that is pledged for flood relief is going to where it should be going?
Well, we're very grateful for the support that we've received up until this point. And we, on our own, have actually requested the UNDP and the United Nations to help us build mechanisms so we can have a program to follow the money and have that confidence within the international community. Obviously, the people of Pakistan experiencing this devastation, 30 million people affected by these floods, through really no fault of their own. They're paying in their lives for the industrialization of rich countries. We've contributed 0.8% as far as global carbon footprint is concerned. But with the eighth devastated from climate change and climate-related catastrophes.
Is that partly the fault is that partly, sorry to interrupt, partly the fault of successive Pakistani regimes, of which your family, of course, has been very much part of, in, for example, building enough dams?
No, I think that this scientific explanation for what has happened has by and large part, as we've heard the UN Secretary and others at COP and other international institutions have explained, that the climate change has acted as a sort of a steroids for our monsoons. There is no dam that can be built that is large enough to cover a third of the land mass of my country. Obviously, that's larger than the land mass of the United Kingdom. Everyone has their part to play as far as climate is concerned and climate change is concerned. But as I mentioned, 0.8% of the carbon footprint is from Pakistan. We've contributed that much to this climate catastrophe that now we're experiencing. The frontline state, really, whereas the industrialization of your country and other Western countries have contributed to this far, far much more than the poor people of Pakistan who are facing the brunt of it. So we're very grateful to the support we've been receiving, and we look forward to working with our international partners to overcome this challenge, but ensure that we build a resilient Pakistan, resilient to climate shocks, resilient to economic shocks, and really build better out of this catastrophe that is not of our making.
Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, Pakistan's foreign minister in Geneva there. Well, I'm joined now by